Hey, it's Sanguis. Here to do a little Dork Diary Quickie for you. Now you might recall in my last Dork Diary installment, I told you about the very first comic book I ever got and how I still had it after all these years, making it very clear that I am a huge comic book nerd, totally obsessed, and for decades now I'm heading on down to the comic book shop every Wednesday to pick up my new books. That's what I'm doing right now. So what I thought I'd do today is tell you about a few books coming out, give you a little insight into new comic books in the hobby, just in case you might not know too much about it. How about we start with the book right on top here, Thor. New issue of Thor came out. It's written by Matt Fraction, who's an amazing author. He's writing a few of the flagship titles for Marvel right now. Now, I mention that because back in the day, comic books, it always seemed to be just about the artwork, the cool art, the cool art. The stories, while fun and cool, lacked a lot of depth. When the last 10 years has been like a golden age of writing in comic books. Matt Fraction's doing a great job. Jeff Johns over at DC is doing a great job. Brian Michael Bendis writes so much stuff from Marvel, and his stuff is great as well. No wonder Hollywood's been turning to comic books to get all their new ideas because the writing is so good. And Thor is about to be at the movie theater real soon, so keep your eyes open for Thor. That movie looks really good. Check it out. Speaking of Hollywood and writers, this is Nemesis, written by Mark Millar. Now, who is Mark Millar? If you don't know, he's written a few comic books you might have heard of, even if you never picked up a comic book. Wanted, Kick-Ass, those were Mark Millar comic books to begin with. Here's another one right here. This is Nemesis. Now, the premise of Nemesis is, say that 3 times fast, what if Batman, with all his money, skill, resources, decided to be a bastard murderer criminal instead of a good guy? That's like the general idea behind Nemesis. It's a really cool book. Here we go. You might have heard of this, The Walking Dead. It's about to be a big TV show on AMC launching on Halloween this year. The Walking Dead is a zombie book about life in an apocalyptic post-zombie world. Not really post-zombie, the zombies are still there. Now here's a little bit of trivia for you. The title Walking Dead doesn't refer to zombies. As a matter of fact, the author, Robert Kirkman, said he's referring to the survivors in that zombie apocalyptic world and how really, ultimately, they are the Walking Dead because you never know who's going to survive or if they ever will really, truly get life back as they know it. What else we got here? Well, check it out right here. The Hulk. The Hulk's red. You probably didn't know the Hulk is red because you're not reading comic books. There's some really cool stuff going on. That's just a little bit I thought I'd tell you about real fast. I'm looking up here to see if there's anything else I want to throw at you. But really, for the most part, there you go. Comic books. Check them out. Head on down to your local comic book shop. As a matter of fact, I work at a place called Comics and More. It's over on John R. between 11 and 12 mile. I'm there every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So come on down, see me, pick up some books. If you don't know what to pick up, ask me. I'll show you around. I'll maybe show you a few books you might like. Figure out what it is you might be interested in. Love to do that. I love comics. I love hanging out. Come on down to Comics and More every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. See me. We'll talk some dorky nerd stuff. That's about all I got. So until then, I'll see you in the funny papers. I always wanted to say that. See you in the funny papers. Funny papers. That was stupid. That was lame. That was really lame.